Is Muhammad Irsad Ansari, and today I am going to discuss snake game using steps of software engineering. So, so these are the topics I am going to discuss: model, requirement analysis, system design, implementation, testing, and finally deployment. So, to do a software uh, design, we have to first choose a software development model. So here we are choosing waterfall model. Why we are choosing waterfall model? Because the project is short, there are no ambiguous requirement, product definition is stable, and technology is understood and is not dynamic. So let us see the steps of waterfall model. The first is requirement analysis, then system design, then implementation, then testing, then deployment, and finally maintenance. So first of all, we have to do requirement analysis. So these are the functionalities which a snake game should have to be a good software. The snake should move and the user must be able to control its direction using keyboard's key. When the snake eats food, the food should disappear. The snake should grow in size and a new piece of food should appear at a random location. If the snake collide with itself or the wall, the game should end and the final score should be displayed. So this is the use case diagram of the requirements. First of all, user launches the game, should play the game, play snake game, display scoreboard. User hits the obstacle and when user hits the obstacle, game over should be displayed, and when displays scoreboard, then score is displayed. So now we have to jump to the next step of the software uh, development life cycle, which is system design. So here is the class diagram of the given software requirement. uh, there should be a snake game class which will inherit app which will create the snake game, and it should have tile component, it should extend jpanel, and it should implement interfaces, action listener and key listener. So next, we have to draw a sequence diagram of the users and games interaction. So user starts game, then the app, then in the app, new snake game should create a snake game should be happen, and user should be able to play the game accordingly using graphics. So now the next step is implementation. What is In implementation, we will discuss the classes and function and their uses. Classes, their functions and uses. So first of all, we have to create a snake game class. uh, Snake game class. uh, why snake game classes, function and their uses? A snake game class should have a constructor which takes width and height. Uh, what is the use of the snake game class? It initialize the game board with the specific dimension, sets the initial position of the snake, and should start the game loop using a timer. So this class also contain paint component which takes graphics g as its argument. So What is the use of this class? It is responsible for rendering the game element on the screen. Draw the snake, food, and game board. The next function or method it should contain is draw graphics G, which contains graphic G. Handle the detailed drawing of snake, segment, and food. Ensure the game visuals are updated each frame. Next method it contains place food. What is the uses of this function? Randomly position the food on the game board. Ensure the new food does not overlap with the snake. The next method it contains collision, which takes tile 1 and tile 2 as its parameter. So checks whether two tiles, snake and food or snake's body overlap, used to detect collision for food consumption or game over condition. So next method is move. uh, what it does update the position of the snake based on its current velocity and manages the growth of the snake after eating food. Next method is action performed. It take an action event E as argument, handles the game loop by updating the game state at regular interval, ensure the snake keep moving automatically. Key press is the final method in this class. Which class? Snake game class. It captures the user's keyboard input to control the snake's direction. The next class is tile class. What is the functions of tile class? It represents a single unit block on the game board. It stores the x and y coordinate of the block. Next class is the app class. What is the functionalities of the app class? It is the entry point of the application. Create an instance of the snake game class to start the game, and some interfaces are uh, used here, which are action listener and key listener. What action listener performs is it it's contain a class action performed class. It handle the game's time event to update the game state periodically. And key listener pressed, it take a key event E and process user input to change the snake's direction. Now we are on testing. So what is testing and why we do testing? So testing is uh, done in the intention of finding any mistake in the software or any bug in the software. So there are many type of testing: unit testing, integration testing, system testing. We are generally doing these three testing. There are many more also testing, also many more testing which we are not interested in here, because mm, this is not a very big project. So unit testing, what I have done in unit testing is verify the functionality of individual component, movement of the snake, collision detection, food placement. Movement of the snake in which class? Snake game class. Move method. Collision detection is snake game in snake games class. Collision method. And food placement class in the food placement method in the snake game class. So ensure move method update the snake position correctly. I have verified it. So next is integration testing. Test the integration between different component, how a snake game interacts with tile class. Okay, snake game class, how interact with tile class, or how keyboard input update the snake's movement. I have tested it also. Now next is system testing. Test the entire game as a whole to ensure all components work together seamlessly. Example: start the game, eat food, grow the snake, and check for proper scoring and game over condition. So these testing are performed by me. Next, this is the um, image of integration and system testing. So next is deployment phase. So I have compiled the all Java files and in a single executable jar file, and ensure the game run easily on my system. Uh, and I have included all necessary resources and uh, Java Java collections library. So thank you.